After Mirage's return to classic Assassin's Creed roots, Shadows feels like a step back into the sprawling open world style of Odyssey. Hey everyone, and welcome to What's Streaming. Today we're diving into Assassin's Creed Shadows, the latest entry in the iconic franchise, coming out March 20th, 2025. In this series, we give our honest impressions and reviews of games. Today I'll be sharing my overall experience with Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I got to play a lot of during early access. I'll be covering everything from how it looks and plays to my general thoughts on the game. For this playthrough, I used GeForce NOW Ultimate and spent a ton of time exploring feudal Japan in this early access build. Now let's talk about my setup. To get the best experience, I used a wired connection with my 1 gigabit internet. My ping was pretty steady, ranging from 26 to 30 milliseconds depending on the day. I cranked up the settings to 4K resolution, 60 frames per second with adaptive VSync. Now let's talk about the visuals. Assassin's Creed Shadows really showcases GeForce NOW at its best, and also where it can stumble a little. I found that playing at 1440p with the settings cranked up to ultra was the sweet spot. You can see our full playthrough on the channel, and you'll notice a significant quality jump as a driver update rolled out to the GeForce NOW servers during our session. That update noticeably boosted performance. The game at its best is absolutely stunning. It really highlights the power of the 4080 hardware in those GeForce NOW servers. The environments are incredibly detailed, the lighting is fantastic, and the character models look great. The world feels alive and immersive. However, like any cloud gaming platform, GeForce NOW does have its challenges. You'll notice some slight blurring during scenes with dust, fog, or sun haze. This is a common issue with cloud streaming regardless of the platform. It's not game breaking, and it mainly occurs while traveling, not during combat. It doesn't really interfere with gameplay. Outside of those specific moments, the visuals are top notch, really showing GeForce NOW at its best. I also want to mention the stylized kill animations for elite and boss enemies. The game goes black and white during these moments, reminiscent of Kurosawa mode in Ghost of Tsushima, which adds a really dramatic flair. Overall, the visual presentation is fantastic and the world truly feels alive. Now let's talk about gameplay, and honestly I have to say I wasn't really feeling it for the first few hours. The combat, I struggled to connect with it. You get a brief taste of Yasuke at the beginning, maybe 10 minutes or so, and then you're thrown into Naoe's gameplay. And let me tell you, it took me a long time to unlock Yasuke, around 14 hours, maybe more, depending on your playstyle. I actually had to change my approach and rush through some story missions to get to him, because I'm usually the type of player who likes to clear every region before moving on. Naoe is essentially a pure stealth character. Get hit twice in combat and you're pretty much dead. I was really struggling with her combat until I discovered you could change the melee attack mode in the menu to combo. That made a huge difference. And then finally I unlocked Yasuke, and it was a complete 180. He's a tank, the polar opposite of Naoe, with very limited stealth capabilities. The difference in playstyles is really striking. It's like playing two completely different games. This Assassin's Creed leans more towards the Odyssey style of unlocks rather than Valhalla's. You unlock abilities you want using points earned through natural leveling, and crucially by engaging in classic Assassin's Creed activities, clearing out castles, eliminating guards, completing quests. All of these contribute. You'll also need to visit shrines to pray, collect scrolls, and participate in mini games like rhythm-based challenges and horseback archery. These activities unlock knowledge points, which are essential for acquiring higher tier abilities. It's my usual playstyle, so it suited me well, but while these activities aren't strictly mandatory for story progression, they're heavily encouraged. However, I have to mention the Traversal. Unlike other Assassin's Creed games where you can freely explore off-road, Shadows strongly encourages sticking to roads. The forests are dense and difficult to navigate, making off-road travel frustrating. You'll definitely want to rely on the guide system for efficient movement. Speaking of navigating, the map in Shadows is incredibly detailed with a vast number of points of interest. At first, I found myself spending a lot of time scrolling around trying to locate specific objectives. Then I discovered the legend feature, which allows you to filter and jump directly to discovered locations like castles, towns, and shrines. It's a game changer. I highly recommend using it as it significantly streamlines exploration and saves a ton of time. Without it, you could easily get lost in the sheer volume of icons. The game's unlock system feels more personalized. You really get to choose the abilities that suit your playstyle. It's not just about leveling up. It's about actively engaging with the world and its challenges. The mini-games, while a bit unexpected, add a fun diversion and contribute meaningfully to your character's progression. And even though I had a rough start with Naoe's combat, I have to give credit to the game's overall design. Once I adjusted to the stealth-focused gameplay and found the right combat settings, it became quite satisfying. The level design is also really well done, offering plenty of opportunities for creative approaches. Switching between Naoe and Yasuke is seamless. It's not just a change in character model, it's a complete shift in gameplay experience. It's like having two games in one, which adds a lot of replay value. Despite the initial hurdles, I found myself really drawn into the world and its story. The characters are well developed and the historical setting is beautifully realized. Once the game clicked, it became a really enjoyable experience. Now let's move on to the story and sound. The story overall, I'd say it's okay. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible either. It has moments, but it can be a bit uneven. There are perhaps a few too many flashbacks for my taste, and the first couple of hours are very story heavy. Some people might have issues with certain aspects of the story, but I won't delve into spoilers here. The sound design is a mixed bag for me. There are parts I really dislike. In particular, some of the boss battle scenes feature what I perceive to be J-pop music, and that choice really doesn't resonate with me. However, on the positive side, the voice acting is generally solid and the ambient sounds do a good job of creating an immersive atmosphere. It's just those specific music choices that really detract from the experience for me. So to wrap things up, Assassin's Creed Shadows is a game that I recommend, especially if you can push past the opening hours and adjust to the combat. It's a welcome return to form after Valhalla, feeling much closer to the style of Origins and Odyssey. I do want to mention that during my early access, I couldn't access the store or the Animus section, which is supposed to be a big feature for connecting to other games. That has the potential to be a major selling point for cloud gaming, but I couldn't test it, so I can't really comment on how well that will work yet. Overall though, Assassin's Creed Shadows is a clear yes from me and well worth playing. For me personally, it ranks third in the lineup of the newer Assassin's Creed games after Origins and Odyssey. However, I can definitely see this being some people's number one, especially those who appreciate the design choices made with the combat. For me, Assassin's Creed games are often my comfort games. I enjoy the loop of clearing objectives and moving on. Shadows definitely delivers on that, but it can be a little obtuse in places. If you're a fan of the series, or if you enjoy open world action adventure games with a focus on stealth and character progression, then Assassin's Creed Shadows is definitely worth checking out. What are your thoughts on Assassin's Creed Shadows? Are you excited to play it, or have you already had a chance to experience it? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button and leave a comment. We'll have more What's Streaming reviews coming soon, so stay tuned.